And let's get out of vertex for a second. We'll go down here to quick slice. Okay, and let's just click at the top of this edge here for the spline. We'll click outside that. Okay, this will give you a slice plane similar to the slice modifier, but a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so we'll just line that up with the spline and click, and I'll cut an edge across there. Okay, and let's actually just do this on one side, and we'll mirror it over after, just so we don't have to cut this twice. Okay, so let's go into vertex, and let's select all the verts on this half of the center. Okay, so everything from the center line over to the left, and let's delete that. Then we'll come up here to the top, and we'll just select any of the verts that are on the outside of our spline line here. Okay, so just grab those ones. Alright, just like that, and then we'll delete that. Okay, and let's see. We have a couple triangles here and a couple of n-gons. So let's go down here. We'll go to target weld, and let's just weld this vert to this one. And let's do this one up to that one. Okay, just so we have a quad here and here. Okay. So we have a triangle here, and I don't really want to spend too much time reworking the topology here, so let's just get it into quads quick. So let's get out of target weld, and let's go down to cut. Okay, and I think we'll just cut from this edge here, the center of this edge, straight across to the outside edge. Okay, and let's cut maybe from this vert here. And let's go right up to the top edge. Okay, just like that, and then right click to end. Then we'll turn cut off, and we'll go into edge. Let's just select this one here, and we'll control backspace that one over there. Okay, and we still have one n-gon, and that's right here. Let's just cut maybe from this vert here. Well, let's go up to the edge, maybe about there, and let's go straight up here. Let's actually go over a little bit. Okay, and that's not that great of topology, but it should be fine. I don't want to cut any more edges into the circle. This one here might actually give us a little bit of a change in our circle shape, but we'll see how that looks. Okay. Okay, so now let's do a mirror, and we'll do a copy on the X, and then we'll go over to attach, and we'll attach these two together. Okay. And let's also select our spline. We'll just hit H and select shape 01. We can delete that now. Okay. So just like that. And let's go into border. Okay, and we'll just select all the borders, or the circle borders. Okay. Actually, wait. I actually forgot to do a weld there. So let's go into vertex, and we'll do Control A, and we just want to weld the center seam. So we'll open up weld again, and we'll just do that the same amount, and OK. And then we'll go into border, and we'll just select all the borders for the circles. Okay. So everything but the outside edge. Right, then we'll go to the move tool. We'll just hold shift and drag this back on the Y. Alright, just to get these some thickness. And it doesn't really matter how far you go back, because we'll have some plugs in there anyways, so you won't really see it. Okay, so just pull them back a bit, and we'll go into the left view. And let's see, let's just drag right down the center of these edges here. Okay, whoops. Actually, I'm still on border. Let's go to edge. Alright, just so we have all the edges on the insides of the circle selected. And then we'll do a connect on these. And we'll just do one segment, and we'll just slide that towards the front for support edge. Okay, and let's do that maybe -75. We want it to be pretty tight. We'll hit OK. And then let's go back into border. And let's select the border around the whole thing. Okay, and then the left view here, I'm just going to shift drag that back a bit. And we don't need this piece to be very thick. You can see it's pretty thin here. Okay. Okay, just something like that. Okay, now let's go back into edge, and we'll select the corner edge here and do a ring. And then we'll control click polygon. right? And in the front view, let's do an extrude, and we'll do that local normal, and we'll bring this way down, way down. Okay, let's zoom in here. Let's do that tiny, like 0.3 maybe. Alright, and this will just give us a support edge running around the whole face. Okay, rather than trying to cut that in by hand. It will make the cap a little bit bigger than the barrel, but that really won't be that noticeable. Okay, so we'll just do 0.3 local normal and OK. And then we'll go back into edge, and those should still be selected for you. The ring around the outside. So we'll just do a connect on that, and let's do 2 segments. No slide, and we'll just pinch those out a bit. Okay, and we'll do about 80 or so on the pinch for that. And OK. And let's see. Let's select this corner edge on the back, right? Just that tiny one there. And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to do a ring and a connect. And I'm just going to do 1 segment with no pinch or slide, so it's right in the middle. Alright, just to sharpen this up a little bit more. And OK. And let's get out of edge, and we'll put a TurboSmooth on and see if we have any artifacting. Alright, so TurboSmooth 2 iterations and isoline display. Okay. And that looks pretty decent. I don't want to take too much time on this piece. So let's unhide all. And we'll also go into the hierarchy tab and center the pivot point. Okay. And in the left view here, let's just move this to the front. Okay. And we'll just line it up. Whoops. Okay, right there. Just so it's sitting up against the front of the barrel. Alright, you can see it's a little bit higher and wider, but that's okay. We'll just leave that. Okay, so let's name this, and we'll just call this something like barrel end or something. And we'll change the color. And put the gray shader on there. Okay. Just like that. Okay, so let's just select the front here. And in the left view, let's just do a mirror. And we'll do a copy on the X again, and OK. And let's just move this one down to the other end. Okay, we'll line it up the same way. Right, just against the end there. Alright. And if you're concerned about the poly count, you really don't need to have these holes on this end. If you look at the reference here, let's see, you can see that the back of this doesn't really have plugs. It has just some little cylinder doors or caps over top of the holes, so you really can't even see the holes in there. Alright. So if you're really concerned about the poly count, you could actually just do this back plate flat. Right. But for the sake of the tutorial and speed, I'm just going to do a straight copy of this one. Right, so let's find a front picture here. The next thing we'll do is the caps in the ends, and these are pretty simple. Doesn't really have a lot of detail, just a small punch in. Okay, so let's go into the front view here, and let's zoom in on the top holes here. Okay. Let's just go into the create panel and we'll grab a cylinder. Let's just draw that out, and we'll try to get it close to the size of the hole. Okay, give it a little bit of height. And let's see. Let's do maybe 8.4 or so for the radius. And try to center it. Okay, and we're not going to turbo smooth the caps. That's really unnecessary. So let's just take the sides up. And we'll do maybe about 60, and that's a lot, but it'll give us a smooth result, and this will really depend on how close you're rendering to this. So I'm going to do 60, but you can do less if you want, and we'll also do 2 cap segments. Okay, so let's jump into the left view again, and we'll just move this on the X towards the front. Okay, and we'll just put it in the hole there. Okay. And you can just hit Z on the keyboard anytime and it'll zoom through your selected piece. Okay, so let's see. Let's right click and we'll convert this to editable poly. Let's go into polygon, and in left view here, let's just select all the polys, and then we'll hold Alt and deselect the front and side ones. Okay, so we just have the back cap selected, and then we'll just hit delete, and we don't really need to have those polys in there. Okay, so let's go into the front view, and we'll go into edge. Let's just select an edge on this ring here, and loop that, and we'll just scale this up. Right, let's do something like that maybe. Let's go into polygon, and we'll just select the center polygons, and we can punch this in with extrude, and we'll just do a -1. Let's do maybe -1.5 on that, and OK. And let's go back into edge, and we'll select the inner edge here and do a loop and chamfer, and let's just take that down. Let's do about 0.15 or so on that one, and OK. Then we'll select the outer two here and loop those and chamfer. We'll take this up a little bit. Let's do maybe 0.2, and then we'll hit apply, and we'll just roll it over a little bit more. And maybe 0.08 on the second one, and OK. Then we'll get out of edge and we'll put a smooth modifier on this. Alright, so we'll just do auto smooth, and it'll just help with some of the faceting when it renders. Okay, so let's just call this barrel cap, and we'll do 01. Okay, then we'll change the color to black and put the gray shader on there. Okay, and you can see it has a little bit of like a pin piece here, kind of like a bolt or something on there, so we'll just do a simple one of those. Let's go into the front view again, and we'll go into the create panel, and let's switch this to extended primitives, and we'll grab an oil tank, and let's just drag that out in the center here. Okay, something like that maybe, and give it a little bit of height and a little bit of a rollover. Right, and we'll move this to the front as well. Okay, pull it out here, and let's see, let's push it back a bit. And let's do maybe 0.8 or so for the radius, and we'll just leave the height at say 2.5. And for the cap height, let's do maybe about 0.35 on that. Okay, and then we'll convert it to, actually before we convert it, let's add a couple more sides to it. Let's do 20, just so it's a little bit smoother. And then we'll right click and convert this to editable poly. We'll go into vertex, we'll grab the verts on the back cap, we'll delete those, and then we'll just grab this row here and just move it forward a bit. Okay, just like that. And let's also chamfer this edge down here. So let's loop that and chamfer. And let's do a really small one. Let's do about 0.02 and OK. And I'm just going to select the cap here, and we'll just copy its name, and then we'll select our little bolt here, and we'll just paste that in there, and we'll just call it barrel cap bolt 01. Okay, and I'm just going to change the color of that. Okay, so we'll select that and our cap, and in the front view here, let's just make sure everything's aligned. Smooth that down a slight bit. Okay, so we'll just hold shift and copy it over to the other holes. Okay, so we'll do a copy there. Alright, and we'll try to get that one lined up. Okay, and it looks like we have a little bit of a problem here with the mesh, with the hole, but we'll fix that in a minute. Let's just do our copies first. Okay, so let's shift drag this one over here. Okay, and we'll line that up. Right, just like that maybe. Okay, and then we'll hit H, and we'll select all three of our caps and all three of our cap bolts. Okay, and then we'll shift drag these down and do a copy, and then we'll just move those over and just line them up. Okay, just like that. Alright, and then we'll hold Alt and we'll deselect these two over here. Okay. And we'll just clone this one over to this hole and line it up. Okay, just like that. Then we'll hit H again and we'll select our 7 caps and our 7 cap bolts. Alright, and we'll shift drag these down. Okay, and we'll do 2 copies. And okay. And that should take care of all the holes. Just make sure everything's lined up. Okay. And let's see what's going on up here. Yeah, you can see we got a bit of a weird edge there. Alright, so let's select our faceplate, and we'll also select this cap here, and then we'll hide unselect it. Okay, and in the front view here, let's zoom in, and I'm going to select the barrel end piece. Okay, and we'll drop back down into vertex, and let's see, let's turn on show end result. Okay, and that's just caused by us cutting this edge in here. Alright, so these edges are a lot shorter distance between these verts here than it is the rest of them. That's what's giving us that artifact. Okay, so we'll turn on show end result. We'll just select these verts here, and we're just going to try to just slightly adjust this a bit, right, to get the circle shape back. Okay, just move these in a bit. Okay. Okay, so that looks a little better, and I apologize for that. I should have changed the topology a little bit better than doing it this way. Okay, so everything else looks okay. So let's delete the TurboSmooth, and we'll go into vertex. And if your verts don't show up like this, just put a TurboSmooth on, and then drop back down into vertex underneath it, and they should show up. That's just a glitch with Max. Okay, so we'll just select all the verts on the right side here, the side that we didn't adjust, and we'll just delete those, and we'll do another mirror on this piece so we can fix both sides. Okay, so just mirror that over, copy on the X, and okay. Let's delete the TurboSmooth on each of these actually. Okay, then we'll just attach them together and go back into vertex, do Control A. Okay, and we'll just weld up that center seam. And I'm just going to do 0.1 on this, 0.01, and okay. Right, and then we'll put our TurboSmooth on, and we'll see if it looks okay. Alright, so let's unhide all, and we'll see if that fixed the problem for us. And it looks like it did. Alright, so once again, sorry for that mistake. Let's select the cap at the back, and we'll just delete that, and then we'll just reclone the good one again. Okay, so in the left view, we'll just mirror this over, copy on the X, and we'll just move that to the back and line it back up. Alright, just like that. Right, so I think that's good. And let's go around the back again here. And for this, we're just going to do a really simple one. Okay, just pretty much a cylinder. Right, so we'll select the back piece here, and we'll hide unselect it. Whoops. Okay. And in the front view here, let's just zoom in. Okay, and we'll grab another cylinder. Right, just match that up with the hole, and we'll go a little bit bigger on this one. Okay, and let's just line that up. And you can just line up the vertical edges here and the horizontal ones with the ones on the mesh. Okay, just to make sure that it's actually centered to the hole. Just like that. And I think I'll just leave it at 60 sides for this one as well. Okay, so we'll right click and unhide all. And we'll just move this to this end. Okay. And let's just push that against the surface. Alright, just so it's sitting against it. Alright, just like that. Right, so let's do 8.8 on the radius, and we'll do 0.5 or so on the thickness. Alright. Let's actually do 0.6 maybe. Okay, and we don't need the extra cap segment, so we'll just take that off. Alright, then we'll right click and convert it to editable poly. And we'll go into polygon and we'll just select all the polys again. And then we'll deselect the front and sides, holding Alt. So we have the back cap. Right, we can just delete that. And then we'll select the front polygon and we'll control click edge. Right, just so we have that front edge selected. Let me just change the color here. Alright, just that one. So we'll chamfer that down. And we'll just do that, say, maybe 0.12 and OK. And then we'll get out of edge. And let's just name this piece as well, and we'll call it barrel and back cap 01. Okay, and then we'll just change the color. Okay, so we'll just clone this around to the rest of the holes here. And let me actually just select the back plate here and the cap, and then we'll hide unselect it. Okay, just so it's easier for us to see. Okay, so let's just select the cap here, and we'll just clone this around quickly. Okay, so shift drag over there, line it up, and then shift drag this way, and line that one up. Okay, and then we'll hit H, and we'll select the 3 caps, and we'll shift drag down on the Y. Okay, and we'll choose copy, and we'll just move these over. Okay, just line up the middle one there. Then we'll hold Alt and deselect these ones, and we'll do one more copy of this one. Okay, just like that. Then we'll hit H again and select the 7 caps, and we'll shift drag on the Y one more time and just line those ones up, and then we'll do 2 copies and OK. Okay, and that'll give us all of our plates. Alright, just like that. So let's right click and unhide all. Alright, and I think that's everything we need to do right now. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is start working on the grill on the side. Okay, so let's go into the left view here. And I think we can probably make this all out of one piece. Okay, so let's zoom in on the side here in the left view. And we'll just go to the create panel and let's just grab a plane. Okay, we'll drag this out just slightly down from this edge here. Okay, so just like that maybe. And we'll come down a little bit short from the bottom. Okay, maybe something like that. And let's just do 80 maybe on the length. And let's do 190 on the width. Okay, and we'll right click the move tool and we'll just zero out the X and Y spinners. Okay, and we'll also get rid of these segments for a minute. Okay, so just like that, and let's pull it over in the top view. Okay. And let me just change the color of this. Okay, we'll just pull it back so it's almost touching the surface. Okay. And in left view again, let's right click and we'll convert this to editable poly. Let's go into edge and select these 2 edges, and we'll just do a connect on that with 1 segment. No pinch, no slide. And OK. And then we'll go into vertex and we'll grab the 2 right verts on this side. And let's just delete those. and we'll just work on half of this at a time. Okay, so let's go back into Edge, and let's just select these two edges here. Okay, and you can see we got most of these are probably pretty much the same width, but this one here is a little bit longer, so let's just add a couple of edges in here. Okay, so we'll do this one first. So let's do a connect again, and we'll just pull this over. Okay. And let's do that maybe about there. Okay. And then we'll select these two edges again and do another connect with one segment. Okay, and we'll just leave that one where it is. Alright, so this one's going to be a little longer than this one. And then we'll select these two edges here and do another connect. And we'll just leave that one right in the center. Okay, so just like that. Right, and then we'll select the edges this way and we'll do another connect. And let's just do 4 segments. Okay, no pinch, no slide. No right. And then we'll just select all of the edges here. Actually, let's select these ones in the center. We'll leave the 2 end loops unselected. Okay. So everything but this edge running down this side and the one running down the middle. Okay. Then we'll just chamfer these. Okay. And let's see. Let's take this down a little bit. Let's maybe do 0.75. Hit OK. Alright, and on the reference here you can see that we have this kind of cut corner here. So let's cut that in. So go up here and let me just right click and hide unselected just to make this easier to see. Okay, we'll zoom in here on the corner. And let's get out of Edge. Right, and we'll just go down to cut. And let's just cut from here. We'll just go over a little bit, and then we'll just do an angle cut here, right, and then straight up. Okay, just like that. And we'll just connect these 2 verts here, this one and this one down here. Okay. So just like that. And now let's go into Polygon, and we'll just select all the polys. Okay, and then we'll just deselect all the big ones. Okay, so we just have our chamfer selected pretty much, and the corner here. Okay, just like that. And then we'll do an extrude. Alright. And let's just right click and unhide all. Okay. We'll see how far we need to bring this out. Let's back it off a bit. Let's do maybe about 4 or so. And OK. And then we'll go back into the left view and we're just going to select the big polygons here. Okay, just all those, and we'll delete them. Alright, so we just have the outline left. Like that. And then we'll go into vertex and let's go into the top view. Alright, we'll zoom in. And let's see, let's grab all these front edges here, all the verts, okay? So all the verts up to this point here, and we'll leave this end unselected, okay? So just like that, just the fronts, okay? And in the top view, we'll just go to the move tool, and we'll just pull these out slightly, okay, just to give this a bit of a taper. Okay, so bring that out a little bit, and then we'll deselect these ones here. We'll bring these out a little bit more, and we just want to get an angle on the front of this. Okay, we'll deselect these ones here, and we'll just bring these 2 center ones out a little bit more. Okay, that'll just give us a bit of a taper. Okay, and I think that should be pretty good. Let's see. Let's just grab these ones here, and I'm just going to move them back just slightly. Okay, just like that, maybe a little bit more. Right, and then we'll come over on the side here, and we'll go back into Poly. We'll turn on ignore back facing, we'll just select the end caps here. Okay, just those 6, and we'll delete those. Right, and in left view, let's do a mirror. We'll do a copy on the X. and OK, and then we'll go to attach and we'll attach both sides together. Turn attach off, and then we'll go to vertex and we'll select the center verts here, and we'll do a weld, and we'll just do 0.1 and OK. Alright, just like that. And I think that should be good. So we'll just push it back a little bit more until it intersects the surface. Right, and let's see, let's go into edge and we'll just select these edges in the center here. Okay, we'll select an edge on each of these extrudes, and then we'll do a loop and then control backspace just to take those out. We don't really need them. Alright, and let's go into the front view here and we'll zoom in. And with edge selected, let's just grab all of the edges besides the back ones. Okay, so just everything besides the back faces. Alright, we'll just chamfer these down. Okay, we'll do that pretty tight. Let's bring this down. Let's do maybe 0.2 on that. And OK. And we'll see how that looks. Okay, I think that's probably good enough. It's not going to be exactly the same, but it's close. Alright, and we also have this edge running down here, this strip here, so we'll just put another box in there just to create that. Right, so let's go into the create panel, grab a box, and we'll just drag one out on the side here, just from the top to the bottom. Okay, give it a little bit of height, and in the top view we'll just move this over. Okay, and let me just change the color here so you can see it. Okay, let's push this back a bit. Okay, so we'll take it back a bit from the edge. We could probably go back a little bit more than that. Alright, and then we'll right click and we'll convert this to editable poly. And then in the top view here, let's go to vertex. We'll just grab the back verts and just pull them in. Okay, just so we don't have any gap in there. And we can probably make this a little bit thicker. So on the left view, let's select the right side verts and we'll just move that over a bit. See how that looks. Okay, we'll go just to about the edge of this top piece here, right? Just like that. Okay, so let's go back into edge. And let's see, let's select the front two edges. Actually, we can probably just select this one right front edge here. Okay, just this edge here, and we'll just chamfer that down the same amount, which is 0.2. And okay. Alright, I think that's probably good. So let's get out of edge, and we'll do a mirror on this piece, another copy on the X, and we'll just pull this down to the other side and line it up the same way. Okay, so we'll just line up this edge with the corner here. Alright, just like that. Okay. So I think that should be fine for the grill part. Okay, so we'll just select all this stuff here, and we'll change the color to black and put the gray shader on there. Okay. Alright, so let's take another look at the reference here. And you can see we have a little bit of a hole cut in the end here, and I'm just going to leave that detail out just for the sake of time. Okay, but we do have quite a few bolts in here, so let's just do that. And these are really simple bolts. They're pretty much more like a rivet or something. It just is round with a hole in it. Okay, so we can do that simply. Okay, so let's go into the front view, or left view, sorry, and we'll zoom in here on the top left corner of our grill.